looking for where to hang your coat. You are looking for your name, if you are a member here. You are probably running into people. So this is a traffic pattern kind of thing. And so the fewer things we actually have in here, the better, because it allows for more movement and more activity. Things such as chairs like this, and maybe some people sit there, speak to me of a day gone by. They are probably chairs that were up in the chancel area maybe at one time, I don't know. But again, they don't invite you to really sit there. They're not awful in any way. But perhaps, again, to say what is really needed in this space, and could you do some eliminating? Because you are preparing, again, we're thinking, as people come to worship, we're wanting to prepare them internally. We're wanting them to let go. One of the beautiful things about hallways is that they allow our mind to shift from wherever we were to wherever we're going. So hallways are meant to shape, kind of change the agenda in our mind, which is kind of a fascinating way to think about hallways. And this is a way, sort of a hallway. We're coming from the outside. We're getting ready for worship. What helps us get there? And again, I think the simpler we are in what is there, the better. Also, the reality known. This is where people want to get rid of their things they bring in. And so, doing that. I see the coat racks. And what happens? I mean, do those come out on Sunday?
No.
Oh.
And now that we move from old coats to vinyl coats, I've had people afraid to put their coats up because the radiators get so warm.
Right.
Melt them.
And they're nicer as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I think they look shabby.
Do people tend to leave their coats on because of that?
Well, we have
No.
some theft issues, so people tend to take their coats in because people were going and getting shoes and stuff from pockets.
But these can be packed where you're trying to actually squeeze coats in the wintertime.
Their coats there. They're full of coats.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be hard to actually fit a coat in to some of the racks sometimes.
Right. Well, it seems like, I mean, I don't know, but it seems like you can have coats there, and there, and there, and there. That would make more sense. Yeah. Because this is the area where they're shedding.
For years.
You're being validated.
So that's what I would say. Does that make sense? Kind of.
What about the hollowness here? I mean,
Well, the only way you're going to avoid that is adding material. I mean, adding carpeting, which isn't necessarily appropriate here. Though, it's not that used of an entrance, maybe a big rug might. Putting fabric, more fabric pieces, though I don't know that adding any more would get cluttered. So I think it's just the nature of this entry, because it's not necessarily 100% heated or cooled, it's sort of the breezeway sort of situation. But it could be more inviting, there could be a more comfortable duo of chairs over there that would soften some things, perhaps. And again, I don't know if this is all required here at all. Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. Again, our patterns sometimes become our prisons. That we've always done it that way. What else would we do? Well, if we didn't have this here, what needs to happen that usually happens here? Could it happen in some other way? Could it be handled in the bulletin in some way, or some other fashion? So, because I could see where this would be a place where a nest of chairs could be, perhaps, rather than there, because that could be the place for coats. But anyway.
When we had the God Still Speaking campaign, we were instructed, essentially, that we should have an information table right here. When people came in, they were greeted and they were given names what are your thoughts about that and using this space as an information, like that kind of thing? Or-
Well, my question would be, one, is this the hub where people are going to come through? Is this the way they will always come into worship, or do they come in through other ways?
Somebody asked me that question, and this is what I think. It's not so much that people in the congregation all come through here, some do, but I believe most new people attending our church for the first time come through these doors because they don't know the other doors.
Yeah.
Well, so these are where new people come
That's
in, so
right.
that for new people getting the name tag and information about the church, I think this is the entrance that they would use.
And that would be absolutely true, because a new person wants to be appropriate. And this is the front of the church, and this would be. Yes, I think an information desk is a possibility. Some of them are in the round, so that you're not just facing one way, but you're greeting people who come out this way. And I think that could happen. It may not necessarily have to be right in the middle of the flow here, but if it holds merit for how you're going to do things, I think that's appropriate. Do people use the name tags here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
all right, this is where they pick them up. Okay.
And there's another section over there where there's name tags. So they put it whatever door they come in.
Must be that all the people that don't come in this door, some of them must come and get them, because this proportion of the congregation, I don't think, comes in these doors. Right? You get what I mean? People must be coming in the other doors and walking all the way back here and getting their name tags.
Ah,